Since childhood, I have dreamed of changing this world, of making it a better place. I believed and still believe that things should not be as they are. As children, each of us was able to imagine and dream. Nowadays, creativity is considered one of the most important skills in solving unconventional business problems. But for a child, creativity is an ordinary everyday activity. The education system in Russia is based on the USSR system, where it was unacceptable and even dangerous to be different. This is why, since kindergarten, the task of the educators was to shape different personalities into one. This is very convenient for a totalitarian system. All my childhood and youth, I resisted this system. It was difficult, sometimes unbearable, and I saw all the flaws of this system, but there was nothing I could do. At that time, I had no instruments of influence other than protest. But the idea that the education system is extremely destructive and ineffective still torments me. This is a very important topic because it also depends on me. What kind of environment my children will be educated in? That is why I was very happy when in 2015 one of my partner's clients, Elena, decided to create a socially significant project in Kazan city. She was very inspired by Kidzania, the model which has proven its viability thanks to its success worldwide. Kidzania is an interactive city made for children that combines inspiration, fun, and learning through a realistic role play. Such an entertainment and educational center is a city consisting of different stations, like a fire station, a police station, and a post office, and many others. At these stations, children take various master classes and do practical work for the city, for example, cleaning up trash. In return, they get toy money, which they can spend on toys at the local store. But Elena didn't want to copy that brand and its model. She said, "I want to make it better. Please help me with customer experience research and figure out what I can do to improve it." So we started our work by analyzing big international companies and local brands. We realized that all direct competitors of Kidzania are just copies of it. Both business models and communication were almost identical. And this was a perfect sign because differentiating positioning allowed us to dissociate from our competitors. We identified two territories of positioning on which competitors were based: game and education. After analyzing the competitors, we moved on to customer experience research. We observed the behavior of parents and their children, studied the behavior of the staff, and determined the main points of interactions between brands and consumers. As a result of observation, we understood that the set of scenarios and master classes in all centers are minimal, and after a while, children get bored. Moreover, children were not understanding what to do with their money. They could be exchanged for some gifts, but for some reason, children lose their motivation too fast. After talking to both parents and children, we learned that such a system does not encourage parents and their children to visit such centers repeatedly. Children were uninspired by the monetary incentive system. We found that the principal value for children in playful learning format centers is getting experiences, not getting paid. We discovered the central brand insight. Adult life, its rules and regulations limit and truncate the child's whole personality, boundless imagination and possibilities. We realized that children's spontaneity and purity already contain value and potential. And often, children offer non-trivial solutions to adult problems. This inspired us to formulate the big brand idea. By getting experiences from children, we can bring their ideas into the real world. We realized that none of our competitors consider that children can observe and create their world, not play by adults' rules. Kidzania probably built its strategy on the following insight: children act like grown-ups in everything and want to be like them. The implementation of this strategy is that Kidzania immerses children in a game with adult rules, including an adult money system. We decided it was necessary to build the positioning and business model based on the fact that children see the adult world's flaws and want to change them rather than live by established rules. So on the screen you can see the simple brand platform and main points like a core message, brand values, brand character, and reasons to believe. After brand platform development, we wrote down 7 critical points, the implementation of which was necessary. As a result of playing at the center, children learn about adult life and change it according to their own rules. We don't change the child to suit the world. We teach the child to change the world because thinking without restrictions is the main agent of the progress. We abandoned the money system to motivate children, but we kept the bank station for teaching children financial awareness. The bank is just another station, a copy of the adult model, which children can also change. The children's primary motivation is to constantly fantasize and create something new so that the whole town will know about it through the main communication channels. An additional source of income for the business can be a parenting school, where qualified psychologists tell parents about the most progressive approaches to raising children. We also proposed to expand the businesses and create new areas: children's developmental summer camps, teenagers clubs, and educational toys production. Since the activity stations for such centers are built by partners' brands, we suggested going a step further and involving children in solving the business problems of these brands. For example, a supermarket chain needs to improve the children's experience in its stores. A brand at its station organizes several strategy sessions with several groups of kids and conducts research. Or a brand might brainstorm about new product development. After the strategic stage and improving the business model, our partner Vladimir Trinos came up with the name KidSpace and developed a visual identity. Let's look at a few pages from the brand book. After the visual identity stage, new children's center had to be promoted, and a new advertising campaign had to be launched. Any good advertising campaign is based on a solid communication strategy. Eugenia and I analyzed our competitors' communication channels and messages and developed 4 parts of messages based on our brand strategy. The main message was "Here, children create and rule." Brand values messages were "No limits for your fantasy and no rules for your dreams." And here we showed Bigbrandidea works as a visual example. We also showed the famous "Dirt is Good" advertising campaign. To demonstrate brand benefits on an emotional level, we used the message "Dreams change the world." We collected the dreams from children's research and selected relevant pictures to demonstrate the idea. It's also essential to mention an insight connected to the promotion plan. During our research, we found out that school children, unlike preschoolers, significantly influence their parents when deciding their leisure time. That's why we decided to focus our communication campaign on the target audience of children. We used a full range of offline and online channels, but I want to mention two significant ones. First is co-branding and product placement with sponsoring companies. For example, children's cars in the city supermarkets, like those in KidSpace itself. And the second is the YouTube video production station, where children are taught how to shoot videos, make their channel effective, promote videos better, and many other things. Thus, kids started to promote the KidSpace brand on YouTube by making their first videos using branded KidSpace appearances and merch. Finishing talking about that case study, I'm going to talk about the impact that we made. There were two primary aspects of our work. First is connected with the business owner's mindset. They were impressed with our insights, which influenced even their daughters. Because, for example, Elena and her husband stopped imposing adult opinions, started to listen more to their children, and even asked for tips on household and business issues. And also, they bravely implemented our findings in their kids center, making it the best place for children in the Tatarstan region. So far, the center is visited by flight buses full of kids from the region's small towns. And the second impact concerns children's future in Kazan and this city's satellites. Because their parents visiting the center were inspired by the brand philosophy, they started to change their parenting approach. And I'm delighted that thousands of kids will be raised in a more friendly and free environment. And also, I hope that kids' feedback on business problems will help to improve their services and people's quality of life.